Well, thank you. And like I said, welcome to our annual Hour of Code webinar from CodeMonkey. And whether you're joining us live, we have a very large audience, which is great right now, or you're watching this recording later. We're really excited to have you. Also, if you're a live participant right now, if you have not already, in that chat down there, please go ahead and drop in. Maybe we can see your name, but your first name, your role in education, and maybe where you're from, so we can kind of get to know you a little bit. Yeah, see, earlier we had New Jersey, we've had California, we have so many places, Louisiana, we have other countries, Mississippi, Ohio, Lithuania, Iraq. There's so many places. Virginia, Arizona. Amazing. Thank you all so much again from, like I said, joining from absolutely everywhere. It's a really awesome thing to see. So let's go ahead and get started. And let's meet our webinar team here today. Who do we have? So first, my name, hello everybody. I am Lauren Rata, and I am one of the customer success managers and trainers here at CodeMonkey. I've been very fortunate to be here at CodeMonkey for almost 2 years now, and I'm a former educator of about 12 years. And then also, if you are someone who's on social media, I'd love to have you either follow me there on X, or as well as connect with me there on LinkedIn. I love to collaborate and learn more about others. So please feel free to do that. Also, we have here Angie. Angie, if you want to wave, I don't know if they can see you. If you speak it for a second, they can see you. That doesn't scare you.
Hello, everyone.
There you go, you popped up. This is Angie. She's my colleague here in the customer success team. She's been at CodeMonkey for over 3 years now, and in the industry in general with ed tech and with customer success for over 10 years. So we're very lucky to have her. She's going to help lead the webinar today, as well as watch that chat and answer any questions you may have. Also, she has social media there, so if you want to connect with her as well, I'm sure she'd love to have additional connections. Also, from our CodeMonkey team, we have Livnat. Livnat, if you feel okay, if you can unmute and wave. You don't pop up till you unmute and say something.
Hi, everyone.
There we go. Perfect. Thanks, Livnat. Livnat is part of our pedagogy and content team. She's here today to help answer any questions also you may have. And also, though, she has been at CodeMonkey for almost 9 years now, so almost since the beginning, since we just had our 10-year anniversary. So thank you so much, Livnat, for being here today. Also, we have 4 educators and CodeMonkey ambassadors here. We're so lucky to have them here joining us today. All of them are here to kind of share their expertise. They've been doing Hour of Code for many years now and users of CodeMonkey for many years now. So also helping to support with our webinar content, as well as answering any questions you may have. Our first ambassador we have here, Deanna, if you'll unmute and say hello real quick, is Deanna.
Hi, everybody.
There she is. Deanna is currently a 6th through 8 computer science teacher at Mellon Middle School there in Pennsylvania, but she has been a computer science teacher for over 2 decades now. So she has a lot of experience, and she's here to help with content, like I said, as well as talk about her tips and tricks for Hour of Code. Next up, we have Javier Aguilar. Javier, if you want to unmute and say hello.
Hi, everybody. Hola, amigos.
Javier is also a CodeMonkey ambassador and educator in his 11th year there at East Fort Worth Montessori Academy in Texas. Also, though, he does computer science and robotics. He's also here to help in the chat and answer questions, as well as he's going to give some of his tips and tricks for Hour of Code. Thanks, Javier, for being here. We also have Miss Lynn Castaneda. Lynn?
Hello.
Thank you for being here, Lynn. She is in her 16th year of teaching computer science to K through 8 students there at Our Lady's Perpetual Help School from California. We're lucky to have Lynn as an ambassador and an educator. Also, she is here to help answer any questions you may have in the chat and also share some of her tips and tricks. Thanks for being here, Lynn. And last but not least, we have Mr. Tony Cutway.
Hello.
There he is. Hey, Tony. Thank you for being here. He is in his 16th year of teaching, but also had background with coding in general in the military. He currently teaches 6th through 8th grade with information technology and computer applications at Arbor Hill Junior High there in Ohio. He's also here to help answer questions in the chat, as well as talk about his tips and tricks for a successful hour of code next week. Thank you, Tony, for being here. So unfortunately, Ido Shore, he is one of our co-founders and CTO. He can't be here live, but he made a little video that I'm going to quickly share with you for a special message to kind of welcome you for Hour of Code and thank you for being here. So I'm going to play that really quickly here for you. And give me a thumbs up when the sound comes on if maybe you can hear me, colleagues.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ido Shore, and I'm the CTO and co-founder of CodeMonkey. Thank you for joining us today for our 2024 Hour of Code webinar. I hope that you and your students will enjoy our free courses next week as we celebrate the annual Hour of Code. This year, we've introduced an exciting new character to our roster, Linus the Lemur. Linus has a new adventure every month where students not only learn and practice basic coding skills, but also learn about seasonal themes and special occasions like Halloween, Mother's Day, and other tiny topics that coincide with each course release. These fun adventures are perfectly designed for our younger K-2 students. We hope you'll join us next week and introduce your students to our engaging coding courses. Happy coding!
All right, like Ida said, we're so excited that you're here. Part of this webinar is we're going to share that special Hour of Code Linus the Lemur offering that we have next week. So we're really excited. And I think you'll really enjoy it too, and your students. So I know I talked a little bit about social already, but if you are someone who does get on social on any of these outlets, you can always follow us at CodeMonkey STU. And Javier is going to throw that in the chat as well. So whether, like I said, you are on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, or X, we have an outlet on all of those. We post updates and new fun things and videos and ideas. Educators post things. And so it would also give you an idea of how you can use CodeMonkey in your classroom. So feel free to share or connect with us there, but also share yourself and always tag us at CodeMonkey STU, whether it's with Hour of Code or anytime during the school year. We also have relaunched our Facebook teacher community group if you're interested in joining. That is meant for more of our educators so that we can share and collaborate on resources. We can answer any questions you may have. So also please feel free to join that as well if you are a Facebook user. So here are our outcomes for today. At any time, though, if you have any questions about it, please drop those in the chat. We'll try our best to answer those as we move through the webinar. And if not, we do have that designated time at the end for a specific Q&A if you want to stay on and talk to any of us.
Okay, hi everybody. I'm going to talk a little bit about what is the Hour of Code. First of all, believe it or not, it's been going for 12 years. So it first began in December of 2013. The Hour of Code, it's a free opportunity, which is great, hosted each year to really introduce computer science, computer programming through fun activities and videos so kids of all ages can learn about programming. Over 100 million students have participated in Hour of Code, and over 180 countries are signed up to participate already. Next, we're going to learn a little bit more about what the Hour of Code is. And also, please feel free to use this video with your colleagues and students. I think it's going to be posted in the chat.
Yes, you are right. It is going to be posted in the chat, and I'm going to show it really quickly now.
Hey guys, I bet you're wondering where I'm going to. Well, we're all going to this special event, and you can join in too. You know, they say 1,000 monkeys with 1,000 years can write the works of Shakespeare. But we're not going to write Shakespeare. We're going to write code. Because every year in December, we get together. It's called the Hour of Code. It's a worldwide event where teachers and students in 45 different languages across more than 180 countries come together to learn computer coding. It's a chance to understand how the apps and tech we use every day are made. It's a chance for the next generation of engineers and programmers to get a head start on all the wonderful things that we'll create. I'm talking about you. I know it looks a bit scary at first, but don't worry. You don't even need to know anything about coding yourself because CodeMonkey has self-guided tutorials for you to choose from. We've got everything you need to make your own games and applications. And don't worry if you don't have your own computer. You can even share equipment to make things together. It's really good for team building. We've got so many cool things to do for all ages. You can create a chatbot. You can create your own physics. You can make games about catching bananas. You can even help my friend Beaver do all sorts of things. And it's all free. And there are short courses and big courses. And there are even bigger challenges if you want. You can do it your way, however long you want, how you want, and even where you want. And you don't even have to be a kid. Even adults can start learning how to code. Anyone can sign up and be part of the fun. So do it today and get ready for December. Who knows where your adventures will take you? What you do during the hour of code is up to you. And there are so many possibilities that I know you'll make something great. It's so easy, even a monkey could do it. Please like this video, share it.
So as you can see, it's a very cute video that kind of quickly tells students about Hour of Code, as well as teachers. If you're maybe an administrator in your building or your district, you could share this with colleagues so that they understand what Hour of Code is and the importance of it. And like we said, please feel free to use this exact video, and Javier, drop that in the chat. And it'll also, if you were watching this recording, we're also going to put all of these links in the description of the YouTube video as well. Thank you, Deanna.
So I'll be talking a little today about what CodeMonkey actually is as a platform. We are a leading Coding for Kids program that provides engaging online courses for students to learn how to code. We are focusing, of course, today on Hour of Code and coding. But I always think it's important to mention that we have several guided courses as well. We just had a question about using CodeMonkey in an English class. So those guided courses are also a great resource. But CodeMonkey was designed with schools and teachers in mind. All of the course content is aligned to ISTE and CSTA standards, as well as standards for several states. CodeMonkey includes curriculum for grades pre-K through 8. And one of the most awesome pieces of CodeMonkey is that as an educator, you do not need to have any coding experience to teach coding or to use the CodeMonkey platform. I think the next slide, we have a little more information about CodeMonkey. We have a much more in-depth video discussing what it is and how it works. And I believe that link will also be put in the chat. So if you would like to access that after the webinar today, we encourage you to do that.
Absolutely. Thanks, Angie. Yep. And Javier just dropped that link there. If you want to watch that yourself to find out a little bit more information about CodeMonkey and kind of see it, how it's used in real life in classrooms, be sure to check out that short video. So without further ado, though, let's look at what are our 2024 Hour of Code course offerings. That includes courses, but also I say activities as well, because we have that Linus the Lemur activity as well that's special this week. So there are, as you can see here in the image, we have 14 available this year. So that's pretty amazing. That means there's 14 hours of content, over 227 challenges that you and your students can access. So we're really excited to share those with you here today, as well as show you how to access them. So you're probably wondering, well, how can I get to them, Lauren, right? So you can go to here, this link, and also Javier will pop this in the chat. Also, if you are watching this recorded, we will also have this link there in the description notes for you. So you'll go to codemonkey.com/that-hour-of-code, and I'm going to click on it and access it myself so that you can see it live. When you get here, you are able to access, you and your students is what I should say. So you can, but also this is how students can access it if you prefer to go this way. And if you scroll down here, as you can see, try our free Hour of Coding activities. We have all of these here available, all 14 that I just showed those images of. This is actually available. I saw someone in the chat ask about, because right now it's summer break for people around the world. Well, guess what? This is actually available year round. So you are able to access these without signing in, these activities or these courses, the 1 hour special courses all year long. So you can come to this link at any time. Once you click on them, and also people are asking here in the chat, how do I know? So to explore them, you can click on them to access them. The great thing is here, as you can see, you can either start playing, that's no login required. So if you're just wanting to get your friends on next week, quickly expose it to them, not have them sign in or log in, but just remember that does not save their progress. When they're working, they need to be at one sitting, because as they walk away or they close that tab, they will not be able to get back to that exact challenge. So they are able to start without the login, but also know that you can, as a teacher, sign up, use our free trial for 30 days. There's no commitments there at all with that. And you can then set up CodeMonkey classes, have students in classrooms created, and then they can sign in and keep their progress if they want for the next 30 days. So that is available as well. But also from here, if you scroll down, it's going to tell you more about each of our courses, these mini courses that we provide during Hour of Code. It will have teacher resources like the access notes. It'll tell you more when you click on these, more about an overview of the exact course. It will tell you which grade levels it's appropriate for. It will give you specifications on device requirements if you would like to know, suggestions for any other materials like headphones. And then also as you scroll down, you'll read more. Even certificates are there, handouts, frequently asked questions over all of this. And so that is all from, like I said, our Hour of Code website, and then by clicking on the actual course that you are interested in to find out more information. Like I also just mentioned, if you don't want to just access it without signing in, you can sign up for that free teacher trial there. Javier is also going to drop that link there in the chat. It is for, like we mentioned, 30 days. So that you can have that available to you. What it'll allow you to do is to create CodeMonkey classrooms, to add those students and give them a username and password so that they can log in to access these courses during Hour of Code week. So know that that's available to you. So our main event, so I'd love to tell you more about first just Linus the Lemur in general. I know Ido shared a little bit of information that he's our newest CodeMonkey character that we're really excited about. He came out this spring, but every month we come out with a different activity. They're all in that enchanting land of Madagascar though. And the objective in general every single month is for Linus to save those purple lum-lums, which are mythical creatures that love music. And we have to rescue them from the evil mole. And you'll always notice the evil mole down there below that. But every month, not only is it cute, but it counts. They're working on their coding skills, specifically with sequencing, loops, as well as every month we also have a new skill. Like this month, you'll notice the lowering and raising of the tree. So that's something new that they can explore and give that a try. What's great about it is similar to, if you're familiar with our CodeMonkey Junior, so it is great for any student, pre-readers, non-readers, and it can be drag and drop if you're using on a tablet, or you can use the trackpad and mouse to move those tiles up so that everyone can be successful. So anywhere from beginner coders all the way up to advanced coders. And so let's look at specifically though, what is our Hour of Code activity for this special week next week. So it'll be available from December 9th until the 15th. If you are wanting to access it now, you can go, like I just showed you, from our Hour of Code website without logging in, and you can explore all 10 challenges. If you are a current subscriber though, or if you are signing up for that free 30-day trial, that will be available exactly at midnight on, I guess, that Sunday the 8th, so that it is into the morning of the 9th. So it'll be available there under your courses tab. So if you're looking for it, it's not quite there yet. We're going to unveil it and release it exactly on the 9th. But it is 10 challenges, just like all of our other Linus the Lemur offerings. It does have various coding skills within it. So it has the sequencing, it has loops, like I mentioned, the raising, the lowering of the tree, and I'll show you that here in a second, as well as the students have to use a different number or an argument to help Linus collect all the items he needs for Computer Science Week. So that's kind of our theme, is preparing for Computer Science Week. Like I mentioned, it is the drag and drop tiles. There's not any text there, so everyone can be successful. It works both on a tablet or on a device like a laptop, the desktop computer, as long as you have an internet browser. So let me go ahead, and I'd like to show you this though. directly from our Hour of Code site. So I'm going to get right back there and remind you. There we go. So I'm going to scroll down so that you can access it right now, anytime, by going to the bottom, and it's the Linus the Lemur here. And you can just click on either start playing here, and there's another way right here, start playing. So either way, also you could, if you wanted to, right click on it and get that link to share with students as well. If that's quicker for you, maybe drop into like your learning management system for an easy way for them to access it. It'll load up here. There's the lum. There we go. And so as you can see, something I wanted to showcase, I'm going to turn this down so you can also hear me. Something I wanted to showcase is how it guides students naturally. So as you can see, this is challenge 1, and it's going to guide them the first time, especially as we know that right now for Hour of Code, they might be experienced coders, but this might be something brand new to them because you're wanting to expose them for that Hour of Code week. And so it's going to guide them, as you can see with that little hand here, to drag it or click on it. And then it's giving them just that right option to click into there and then the run button there. And so it's going to show them and let them help move Linus there to collect that lum before that evil mole comes back again. There we go. Remember though, if they are accessing it here from the website, that it is not saving their progress. So if you do want their progress to be saved as they move through the challenges, make sure you're signing up for the free 30-day trial, or if you're a current subscriber and you're assigning it to them. Students will get 3 stars. They can also redo it here if they don't, and as well as hints will come up if they have multiple attempts. So I'm going to go to the next one quickly so that you can see how it does steadily progress and get a little bit more challenging each and every step of the way. And it'll tell them about what the new skill or task is, raising the tree now. As you can see, still guiding them. You can hear it's also talking to them as well. That's why we recommend possibly having headphones, because that can get kind of noisy if multiple students are playing this at once. And as you can see now, it's asking them to pull the argument in there. And then guiding them also once, not twice, but 3 times. Also, I do like to point this out. The one-to-one correspondence, if students need to count themselves, they can click or touch their finger and it will highlight to help them. It helps me, I know, say 1, 2, 3 to the left and know I have that many commands to run as well. And then we'll get that lum before that evil mole comes. And so, you know, for the 3 stars here, we haven't gotten to collect the supplies yet, because like I said, we're gradually moving through it. But to get 3 stars on the higher courses, they have to get all of the supplies. We have to have the shortest amount of code, and then also use the coding skill, like whether it's loops or raising and lowering of the tree and using the arguments as well to get all 3 stars before they can move on. So that is our newest offering there. We hope you all enjoy that. Let's get back here to our slides. And most importantly, in my opinion, is the reason why we have our educators here today is those tips and tricks. So I'm going to hand it over to each one of them so they can talk to you about their experience with Hour of Code, because they have had many years of experience, and how you can help to kind of prepare for next week.
Okay, hi everyone. So there's so many different things that I can say about the Hour of Code, but I really felt that these 3 were important, especially in my classroom. So we are a classroom that the kids have their own Chromebooks. So I always want to make sure that I have chargers available, that their Chromebooks are working properly. I do fortunately have a headset that I can give to the kids if they need to be able to listen to, because that, you know, the sounds and the key things. I think a lot of the kids will like that. So if they have earbuds or you have a class set, that's great. Just make sure that everything's working properly, obviously. I think another important, if you have an LMS system, to push out the links, the direct links to your classrooms if you can. This way kids can go right into their LMS that they're used to working with and click on the direct link right to the Hour of Code. And of course, finally, encourage collaboration. You know, sometimes I feel like kids, when they get into this, and especially putting on their headphones, that they think that this is a solo project, and it doesn't have to be a solo project. These kids work together well. Some kids may have prior experience, and let them collaborate and ask each other questions and work together, because that's how they're really going to learn and then feel really good about themselves if they're helping one another as well. So definitely encourage that collaboration.
Thanks for mentioning that, Deanna. I forgot to mention that these activities and courses, they can be done whole class. If you want to model and do them together for the first couple of challenges, you could pair them up and do coding buddies. You can do table work, anything you need to do to help your students to be successful. Thanks, Deanna.
Hello. Okay, so for me, I have kids that are already using CodeMonkey and some that are not. And so some of the activities I'm already familiar with, but I have found with the kids as they start a new one, even though the way that Lauren showed us, it seems simple to put it up if you have a big board to put it up and test the activity with them. They get excited because then you say, no, now you go do it. And so they feel familiar and comfortable with the first steps, especially if they've never done it before. And the other part of this is that you want to encourage them to experiment, make mistakes. If you're new to coding, make a mistake with them and let them see, that that's part of it, that's part of the fun process, that's part of what you do. And, guiding them and not giving them answers to everything and letting them celebrate when they finally figure out an answer. The other thing that's fun for me with the kids, because a lot of them are familiar with this, is you saw that there's 14 different ones. Maybe you start them on one and they do some work on one of them for a little while and let them just go play and touch other ones and see what they're like and try and figure something out. And like Deanna said, collaborate with somebody and just work around in them. It's not trying to maybe finish something, but more about experimenting with it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Lynn.
Something that I do with my students since I started using CodeMonkey, I encourage them to assist other students. If I have some already a girl to master the course or the challenge, I ask the other students that struggle to give you clues. Don't give you the answer because it's easy I can give you the answer, but I want to see the students got the what are we looking for. So I ask them, give you a clue, don't give you the answer. So that is very helpful for the students to understand and keep going. The other thing that I really do in my class is segmentation concept to break the big problem in a small problem. So the good thing, the challenges, they allow you to put it one block at a time. So I ask the students running the first 2 blocks and see what is happening because I want to see you are the correct path before you made it the complete challenge. So it's very important to students understand they can have mistakes. That is fine. Like my friends mentioned it. It's nothing wrong when to have a mistake, but the students understand if they break in like in math, they break in the big problem in little pieces, they can understand better and move forward. The other thing that I really encourage my students, don't give up because I believe the persistence is a key to continue learning. Because sometimes when you give up or you're frustrated and say, calm down, let's go sit down and let's see what is the question you have. So of course you can give you that confidence back to the students to understand and say, oh, I got it. So you can see that cases in the students and it happens with the coding, it happens with the robotics, but it's normal. I believe so sometimes the students, they're very excited to keep going. And when they stop or they're frustrated or they have the first challenge they don't understand, they're sometimes blocking. And I say, no, let's keep on going. And so that is my advice, guys.
Okay. My first item says, do you have a script or an idea of how to prepare your students for coding activities? This one's going to vary greatly depending on the grade level and the coding experience of your students. In general, CodeMonkey provides challenges that give students a wonderful opportunity to use critical thinking skills. My light just went off. Critical thinking skills and deductive reasoning to solve problems in a very fun and gamified environment. And the real nice thing about CodeMonkey too is that they use real coding concepts and vocabulary, especially when you get into the higher level courses using Python. Next, do you have enough devices? Will students need to share devices? This has been covered a little bit, but in general, keep in mind that poor planning when using technology in the classroom, prior planning, not poor planning, is always a good idea. Other equipment, will you need headphones, a mouse, a keyboard, and what about things like webcams? Students do love to hear the sound effects, but it does help a lot if they all have their own headphones so they can enjoy their own sound effects only. And webcams will really make the AI features in CodeMonkey shine. It really does. I'm working on getting webcams in all my class, in my classroom for all my PCs now as well. So, thank you.
Thank you so much, ambassadors and educators, for sharing your experience. I know that you guys have many years and that they will appreciate those things, especially the little things like Tony mentioned, the equipment. When you get into the lesson and you're thinking, oh my goodness, I forgot headphones, or planning ahead for how many devices. It's okay for students to share work in small groups as well. I'm excited that you guys are providing them with this experience. I know they will love it. So sorry, we are already out of time. But thank you all so much for joining us. Whether you're, like I said, live right now, we had a great large audience, or you're watching this recording, all the links will be as well in the description of this YouTube video. If you are on live because you've registered, you will still get the recording sent to you via email here within 24 hours, as well as it will be in our YouTube channel. Next week, as you prepare though, if you run into any issues, please visit our help center. We're going to throw that in the chat, as well as you can always reach out to support@codemonkey.com with any questions or things that you might have. Also though, if you're interested in learning more about a year-round subscription with us, you can also email there in the chat as well, sales@codemonkey.com. They'd also love to support you. One more thing, I'm sorry, I did want to share really quickly, is also we have an awesome Hour of Code competition that's also available. So as long as you are a registered user, that means either you've signed up for the 30-day trial or you're just a current subscriber. We will track this automatically as long as your students have used one of those 1 hour free courses that I mentioned there on the website. That course or the class, sorry, with the highest engagement, so the most amount of solutions. We will notify you by December 30th which one that is, and we will send you those really cool, as you can see over here, those holographic turtle coding stickers. So just another fun incentive for students. Yet again, like I said, though, thank you all so much for joining us. I hope we answered most of your questions in the chat. And if not, like I said, reach out to us there at support@codemonkey.com. And we'd love to follow up and connect with you all and support you. Again, like I said, thank you all for coming. And thank you all also, most importantly, for providing this opportunity to your students next week. Happy coding, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Adios.
Thank you and goodbye to everyone.